Hello, yo, welcome to the channel. It's Radko from Radko. And in this whole video, we're going to look into Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and as well Scorpio Rising. Weekly general tarot reading 5th to 11th of April. And if you are interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to see a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, moving to the Scorpio reading of the week, which is also, I am concerned about it because I'm Scorpio as well. First card we do have of the spread, that is going to be Justice, followed by the Eight of Swords. Moving next, we do have the Knight of Wands. Then we do have the Star card. And at the end of the spread, that is going to be the Queen of Wands. Ooh. So it seems that we're going to be introduced to the right people. It's pretty much whatever that's supposed to mean, okay? But I, just on a personal note, I do have an idea, and it will pretty much going to be decided next week, but I do have an idea, and probably that is a validation that at least what my plan is, it's a good plan. So I just hope that that's what it's going to be. But in any case, starting with the very first card here, which is Justice, it pretty much speaks about our personal awareness and discernment, how we should do things moving forward, either in regards to our career or either in regards to our relationship. And in that particular stage, guys, any single one of us that is into how do I say it? With their back against the wall, that are smothered beneath the toe of somebody, that are mistreated, if you will, it will be no longer, because justice is kind of like engraving a balance into one's life from one or another perspective. Same thing happens, or same thing is going to be valid for people from these of us that are demanding a lot but are giving way too little. Okay, so the balance in between the giving and taking is going to be pretty much restored into our life right at the start of the week. And that is the grand scheme of things, or the philosophical manifestation of the justice. But on a practical level, the start of the week is going to be very productive. That is because, if not anything else, our astute discernment will allow us to address the most immediate issues. So we are going to be able to recognize the most immediate issues and the most immediate concerns, and we will be able to address them. And that speaks for a very productive week, especially career-wise. And also, the Justice at the start of the week for us, it's a card validating that throughout the week we get whatever we deserve. It's as simple as that, as the justice, law and order are going to be at place. Now, one thing I want to how can I say, advise you here, Scorpio, as we do have the Justice as a prime card, this week isn't about emotions. Well, the emotions are a valuable thing, okay? But you cannot allow somebody to abuse your kindness because you are having feelings for them, nor you should do the same thing as well, abuse the kindness of somebody just because they have a feelings for you also, because it's not going to play very good for neither of us, for neither us nor the person that we are dealing with. And right after this very structured beginning of the week, we do face the Eight of Swords. And Eight of Swords here speaks about the very last predicaments that we are going to face into accomplishing our deeds throughout the week. The Eight of Swords It is where we do recognize the limitations most likely we have bestowed upon ourselves and bringing down those limitations. Okay. Eight of Swords here speaks that at this stage, after we structure our week, we are no longer going to be ignorant for the truth, for only the truth here can set us free. Truth about how good our job is, truth about, how functional our relationship is, truth about what we are doing our life in general. Now, on a more practical level, Eight of Swords does pose some disruptions into communications. It's something like a broken phone type of game. You're trying to explain yourself about something to somebody, and they just understand it a little bit differently. And when they try to pass it to somebody else, it completely loses the point. So if you want to transmit a message, how can I say, aim to be a person. Okay, these communicational disruptions especially plays a role in a messaging. So messaging and trying to explain your love through messages and whatnot may not be as effective as if you do go and try to do it face to face, and that's that you may not have the courage. It may be that self-imposed limitation that you need to break down. But with the Eight of Swords here, it is just that card stands so we can break the walls that are pretty much depriving us of reaching our maximum potential. And one of those walls will regard our socializing skills, so to speak. Because when we break down those walls of self-imposed limitations, either because we are afraid to speak about something, or it's because we are afraid to act, or how can I say, we are limiting ourselves not to do something or not to act about something. Once we do what we have limited ourselves not to do, this individual steps in. Now, that is Knights of Wands, and they are very enterprising people and individuals. They find ourselves a very interesting. They find what we do very interesting. They find what we are very interesting. They generally find something about us very, very interesting. And for as long as their interest is fed and satiated, they will keep up with us. Knights of Wands, these people, they always try to find a way. For them, something like it won't work out, it's not an option whatsoever. And say if that's a business partnership for you and you cannot find a common ground, they will always try to find that common ground, even if you do give up on it. Okay, even if you do give up on it, they will not. And they will constantly try to find a beneficial way for both of you, for both of us. And Knights of Wands are also not, how can I say, they are not conservative when it comes to helping. So you can expect a very strong helping hand from this individual. And maybe that is the passion you may need. Maybe that is the business partner you may need. Maybe that is the person who will, how can I say, find a solution to whatever obstacles you cannot trespass or you cannot traverse, would I say, at that particular stage. But again, remember, it's all about interest. And especially if we're talking here about an intimate connection with the Knights of Wands, which could be a person interested in you, and in what you are and so and whatnot, and they want to pretty much try out to date with you, you gotta show all of your glory in front of them. Okay, you gotta present yourself as the most interesting person into the world. Don't be shy to speak about your how can I say, hobbies. Don't shy to speak about the things that most find crazy in you, all right, most find like inappropriate, because that is exactly what poses interest into the Knights of Wands, and they want to experience as much as they can that is different from what they currently have into their environment. And right after the appearance of the Knights of Wands, well, that is very related to the Knights of Wands, we do have the Star card. And the appearance of the Knight of Wands is going to be the end of your problems, literally. The end of our problems. That will be the new era into our life that relates to an era of a turmoil beforehand. So, as you are listening to this reading, think about which field in your life things aren't going well at all. And that is exactly the field that the Knight of Wands is going to come up at that field. So if into your career things are not going very well, then we're talking about business partner here. Your love life is DOA, we're talking about a suitor here, about the Knight of Wands. And the cooperation in between you and the Knight of Wands is going to be completely synchronized, in tuned with the word is not expectations, it's more like ideals, which is far above expectations. Your ideals are going to start happening one after another. Here we are talking about a very lucrative and long-lasting business endeavor, for example, or a unfolding love that will unfold in time. And again, it will unfold in time. At the start here in this week, it starts with a mutual interest, probably only just a remnant of love, but it unfolds and grows and becomes bigger and bigger. The best thing about the star card is that everything is going to be predictable, in a sense of that you will pretty much gonna know, are the things capable to work out or not. There will be no unpleasant surprises moving forward into the future in between you and the Knight of Wands whatsoever. And it's going to be like breeding up a new life here at that stage. And at the end, we do have the Queen of Wands, and that is the introduction I was talking about. The previous person here that is signified by the Knight of Wands is going to introduce you to that individual, Queen of Wands, and that individual will pretty much know what you and the previous one, the Knight of Wands, need. So that is either a business consultant or a mutual friend that tells you, you know, how good couple you are, and so on and so forth. And the thing about the Queen of Wands is that they like to be mentors. They like to be into the center of the universe. They pretty much wants to see, when they give effort, the things pretty much happen. And when they see you trying to form a business or trying to form a relationship, you know, they will give their thoughts, and their thoughts are going to be pretty sensible. I mean, they will pretty much make sense, a big sense. Queen of Wands, she, and I'm saying she because it's a queen, but it could be as well a man, that individual has a pretty profound understanding into the human nature, and also a very acute business sense. So they definitely know what you need and how you need to accomplish it. And hearing what that individual at the end of the week has to say is going to benefit you tremendously. Why they're doing it? Like I said, they just like to see that they are more than you are, I would say. See, I gave you an advice. Thank God you listened. You know, you could have not done it without me, and you shouldn't care about it. Yeah, probably you could have not do it without them, but they are not asking for anything in return. So it's a win-win situation. They feel good that they were able to show, you know, how experienced and how big they are, and you are happy because following their advice, things are pretty much working out for you. So yeah, I mean, to me this is gonna be a really good week for what I can say, because like I said, I do have plans. It is just I am trying to find the right person about those plans, and I have somebody in mind, so I guess that is the right choice. I hope that you will have yours. And with that being said, guys, this was our weekly general tarot reading. Hopefully you do enjoyed it and you do liked it. And we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.